Hello, everybody, and welcome to this reading. All right, so Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Hang on. Yeah, Most High, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, hello, everybody, again. So today we're gonna do the pick a card reading or pick a pile in a different way because God guided me to 5 decks today. So, what I'm gonna ask you to do is connect with your deck, feel the vibe, and decide which deck you connect with. And then we're gonna go through and pull the cards. Okay, hang on. So we're gonna go through and pull the cards afterwards. So this is deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm feeling drawn to deck 3 and deck 5. So hopefully by now you've already locked in. Okay. Because there's limited space, that's why I'm gonna do it like this today. So if you haven't already selected, rewind a little bit and pause so that you can connect and see which deck. So we want to know, for unjustly hurting you, what's the punishment? What's the karma for your haters? Okay. So what's the karma for your haters unjustly hurting you? So if you pick pile 1 or deck 1, let's find out. I don't think I'll need that because I'm going to use the same, that process. But just in case, I need to have all my tools. Alrighty. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. Okay. So what's their karma? Pile 1. Okay. All right. So, let's see what God has been doing for you behind the scenes. So these are the mystery cards, and this is the karma. That's the extra messages. Okay. So they're karma for fucking with you. We got the first card is the preventing God. It says propagation of light confounds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. So the first thing I'm getting with that is they can't even get to you. Yeah, their karma is to lose all access to you. And plus, God have their mind in a loop-de-loop, confounds the wicked. So it's like they're going slightly mad. Okay? They're puzzled, utterly senseless as to what's really going on. They at this time it's like they're asking, who are you? What kind of protection is that? Okay? Right. Then we have the comforting God, purification, protection from the impious and religious sentiments. So your religious sentiments is what is protecting you, because God knows how your heart is set up, God says, you know what? For your dedication to me, I'm going to show you just how dedicated I am to you. Your enemies aren't even going to get close to you. Whatever they done before, that's it. Matter of fact, they can't get close to you and they can't even see or think straight. Yeah. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with their brains. Let's see. We got God the Redeemer. Redemption serves against enemies of religion and governs chastity. Enemies of religion. So these people were trying to use religious sentiments to paint you as a bad guy. And God is protecting you from that too. So this slander. I said slander. So yeah, so these people were trying to ruin you from far away. So it's like you don't even see them. You don't even know that they're your enemies, probably. Because it's like they stay in the dark and they talk a lot of crap about you, trying to ruin your reputation. So this was an attack on your character. Okay? So they were using words, lies, to hurt your reputation, thereby hurting your life in whatever way. It could have been because of your business. It could be because of your standing in the community, like if you're influential or something like that. So they tried to ruin your character in the minds and hearts of other people so that people don't like you. And God said, hell nah. Back up. All the way the fuck up. Get out of here. So now we have the fire of God, disruption, warns of disasters, aids in transformation. So God is just turning it around for you. So God made you aware of their schemes, of their plots, of the fact that you are being targeted, and God is transforming the situation. So there's a lot of people fighting for you right now, on your behalf, I mean. When I say for you, there's a lot of people fighting on your behalf. So there's a lot of people trying to destroy your character, and there's a lot of people repairing your character at the same time. Then we have the helping God, love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. Straight like that. Yeah. And then we have God, the highest being, desire to know, the acquisition of wisdom. So people are looking into what they've been hearing about you. They're doing their own investigation to get to know you for themselves. And that's going to restore your reputation. So instead of just believing their lies, people are choosing to actually go and see for themselves. Then we have God, Lord of all virtues. It says, breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, and brings victory. Exactly. And that's how the barriers are going to be lifted that are on your life, because people are going to check you out themselves and see that you are not who these people been trying to convince them that you are. And that's vindicating you. Then we have like unto God. Exactly. They're like, the people that been doing their research on you, they're like, oh no. This person is kind. This person is thoughtful. This person is wise. This person is they respect themselves. They respect other people. They're saying you're nothing like what these people been trying to paint you to look like. So it says, like unto God, political authority gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies. Yeah. So not only not only are you a good person because of your religious sentiments, because of your respect for God and godliness and doing right by yourself and others, it gives you political authority, meaning that's like divine authority because it says like unto God. So basically, the powers that God has, you have access to. Just ask. And once it's the right formula for the situation that you're dealing with, it will be granted. Because God knows the strategy. So if you are in alignment with the assignment that God has for you, you'll be asking for exactly what God planned to give you. You see, that's alignment. So God is like, yeah, we on the same page, it will be done. You know what I'm saying? So then we have the honorable God. Inner and outer work helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. So they can't touch you. Can't touch this. Here we got the great and exalted God. It says grandeur makes one passionate toward God. You see? That's why. It's like you haven't done anything for them to be trying to ruin you. Matter of fact, you work for the Most High, whether you know it or not. Just your goodness is in alignment with what God wants for humans to be. So, because of your positivity and your dedication to doing what is right by yourself and by others, you're gonna be blessed with grandeur because you exalt God by your actions. So even if you're a person who don't believe in God, your goodness is like your goodness is admired by God. Yeah. So whether you believe in God or not, the way how you treat yourself and the way how you treat others with respect and dignity, God admires that and God gonna bless you. Well, God has been blessing you behind the scenes. And then the last one we have is God, the King of Heaven. Rejuvenation obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. So their karma is to watch you escape all their traps and excel. Be favored in heaven and on earth. Okay? That's their karma. Their karma is to watch all the blessings that they didn't want you to have actually happen for you. Let's see these mystery cards. So we got God humiliating the proud. It says spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. So whether your problem was with the church or with the government or with just people in high places, people in positions of authority, God is humiliating the proud. God is making them look small. So because these people had some type of clout and some kind of standing in society, they thought that whatever they're doing, it would work on you. But what these people need to realize is there are people in society that cannot be touched. God said, touch not the Lord's anointed. That's what God said. How do you know you're the Lord's anointed? How do you live your life? The way you live your life tells you who you are. What do you stand for? What do you hold in high esteem? That tells you who you are, whether you believe in God or not. If you believe in treating people right, you are the Lord's anointed. It's just you're not conscious of it. God see you. Even if you're an atheist, you don't see God, but God see you and God like what you're doing. Yeah. So God is humiliating the proud. Then we got the exalting God. Will and new beginnings assists with difficult and great undertakings. So now they gotta start over. God is humiliating them. Now they gotta start all the way over. And I hope that they make better choices for their life this time. Let's see. It says, the God of hope, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. Right now, their biggest adversary is their self. and their lying lips and their wicked intentions. So they're getting a chance to start over after God fucking humiliate them. They have a chance to start over, and hopefully they build a better them. And we have the omniscient God. Submission to higher order identifies traitors and destroys their plans. Like I said, they need to come better next time. Submit to a higher order, or else they're just gonna fall flat on their face again. Because God ain't playing in these seasons. Then we have God, the impenetrable secret, universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries. So it's like if they want to know, if they want to be a better person, they can. Everything is right there for everybody. What we achieve in life is what we choose to give our energy to. So if we choose to give our energy to negativity, then that's what we're going to achieve. And we're also going to achieve the consequences that come with dedicating ourselves to negativity. So, yeah. So, their karma is to watch you dodge all their bullets and still get the best that life has to offer. So even if you're in the midst of the battle right now and it is affecting your life to some degree, it is nothing like what they wanted it to be. So if you're suffering from their actions, just know that God has spared you from the true depth that they wanted you to experience. Okay? So just know it could be worse. So be grateful of how your life is going right now, and know that God has saved you from so freaking much. You don't even know what these people were doing behind the scenes, but they were doing a lot. They wanted to ruin you completely. And God said, hell nah, that's not fair. I am the referee and I call time the fuck out. Time out! Okay. Alright, so if you pick pile 2, deck 2. Let's see. Their karma for hurting you unjustly. What is their karma for hurting you unjustly? I hear somebody asking how come I didn't do this for the love reading. For the love readings, I was sick. So God gave me the grace. God gave me a grace period where I didn't have to do all the work that I'm putting in now. That's why I was able to do it like that and still get accurate messages. God was on my side because God knew the position that I was in. But now that I'm feeling good, I'm going to do my work and I'm not asking for no grace. I'm here to work today. I don't need no time off. I'm not sick or nothing like that, so I could put in the work like I usually put in the work. Okay, that's how it goes. So I asked my boss to have some mercy on me because I still want to work, but I wasn't well. So that's why the messages were still accurate and I didn't have to do all this. But now that I'm better, God said, get your ass to work. Okay, so I'm putting in the work. And I don't mind. It's fine. My hands get stronger. Exercise is great for the body, okay? That's how I stay looking young, even at this age. And I'm almost 45, you guys. It's my birthday in a couple of days. My fake birthday and my real birthday, because they stole me from my mom and gave me a birthday. And then I find out, oh, that's not my birthday. My birthday is actually blah, blah, blah. So now I get 2 birthdays. I should get 2 gifts. I need to talk to Malika about that. I have to tell Malika, you have to give me 2 gifts. I have 2 birthdays. We're almost ready. We're almost ready here. See how God hid me. Because these people that I was dealing with, they want to know what was my lineage. So God hid me. That's why I was stolen. So nobody know who I truly am. Because if they knew who I truly was, they'd be wanting to be nice to me because of clout and because of who my ancestors are. And God said, no, I'm going to make her look like she's a nobody. And she look like she's a nobody, but she's kind, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's sexy, she got sex appeal, she's a great mother, she's a great sister, she's a great daughter. And they saw all these things and still declared I am nothing and I am nobody because I didn't have any money. The people I was around said, fuck all that. Do you have any money? And so they lost. Yeah, I got money. I got money. I got more money than all of y'all put together. Actually. But God was hiding me to test your character and your spirit to see who deserved me. And none of y'all appreciated me for the goodness that was me. Y'all still treated me like dirt. When I was treating y'all like the prince and the princesses and the kings and queens that I believed you were. God is wonderful. Okay, so anyway, back to you. Pile 2. So let's see. What's their karma for unjustly hurting you? The people them say, fuck all that. We don't give a fuck about your kindness. You have any money? Okay, it's one of those. Right, so if you chose pile 2, so this is the second set of mystery cards and this is the first set of mystery cards to tell your story. So the karma for fucking with you unjustly. Let's see, we have listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. Then we have immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So what I'm getting off of those 2 cards is their efforts were completely fruitless. You had the power to overcome all the time. They were never going to win or succeed in whatever nonsense they were trying to do. So if they did any damage, it's very minimal. Okay? Whatever you suffered is not what they wanted you to suffer. They wanted you to suffer a lot more. So they couldn't because you were listening to your intuition. You were trusting the insights and you were taking immediate action. So you were just like a Neo kind of vibe, like bing, 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 bing. Yeah, you were moving like Neo with all their tricks and their all their fucking bullets and their magic wands. You were just knocking that shit out the way just by listening to your intuition. Okay, so they got to watch you do your Neo vibes. All right, then we have time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. So you just knocked their stupid tries out the way and just got back to work, creating your best life. And we have, yeah, wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life, creating your best life. So you were on the battlefield. So this is your personality. This is how you managed what they were trying to do to you. Yeah, when it's time to fight, you just go ping, 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 and then you're like, okay, so what projects we working on today? And then they come in while you're working on your project, you're like, ping, and it's like they don't even exist. You swat them away like flies, effortless. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, then we have trusting your intuition. You see, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So you're a thinker. You pay attention to life. You're a feeler and you're a thinker. So you not only rely on your intelligence, you rely on the goddess or the god within you, your godhood. You rely on your godhood as well, because it's like you know that you're more than just a mere human being, because we're great. Everybody's great, but not everybody's aware that they're great, you know? So then we got balance. It says take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Yeah. And you weren't feeling like anxious or anything. You're just on a Neo vibe. Okay. Then we got believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. And that's the reason why, because you got all belief in yourself. You're like, yeah, I can do this. I don't really care. I don't care what you're out there talking about. I don't care what you're trying to do. I know what I'm here to do. And I'm going to do what I'm here to do. And I'm going to fuck you up in the middle of doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And you're going to be mad. And I'm just going to turn around and continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing, because that's your problem. And then we have a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. So even if you were by yourself, just know that if you keep going in the direction that you're going to partner with people who value you, people who see you for who you actually are and appreciate you for who you actually are, people who are on similar wavelength to you. So if you're alone right now, you won't be alone all the time. So their karma is to watch you Neo their bullshit away. And Neo is from the Matrix. If you've seen Matrix 1, you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes to Neo. Okay? Neo was one of them very few that can see things clearly. As a matter of fact, Neo was like a chosen one. I need to watch that movie again, because I watched it when I was really young before I learned about all these things. And it's like when you watch these movies now that you've learned more about life and what life really is, you pick up things in the movies that um your young ignorant mind would never pick up, because you didn't have access to the knowledge that you do now. You understand? So this is the first set of mystery cards, and the message is the Lovers. It says true love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. And we have success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments and being in the spotlight. So this is the highlight of this card is the choices that you made from your heart, because intuition kept coming out. So you were living from the truest part of you, and your success, if you haven't seen the success yet, maybe because you're not looking at your life from the correct perspective, but you have made a lot of success in the last couple of years. Okay, and you're going to continue to be successful if you stay how you are, listening to that voice from within. Let's see, we got opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So there come your enemies again. Let's see. Change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. You see? So now they need to check themselves and take a leaf from your book. They need to read your book. They need to find out how did you manage to just overcome all of our efforts. We were doing so much to stop you, and you're just breezing through like we don't even exist. You give us minimal attention, then you go back and focus on your work, and you're making strides that we don't want you to make, and yet we put in so much money and time and effort to throwing you off course, and that shit never ever work. How are you doing that? So this is the formula for them to also be able to do. So their karma is to realize the power of being true to themselves. So you have taught them just how low vibrational they are, just how ignorant they are, just how small they are, how childish they are. And they need to step up. The last card, it says, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you are powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So your example is teaching them that they have a lot of growing to do. And that's their karma. So they were looking at you like you were less than they are, when the truth is they are less than you are. And now you're the teacher, they're the student. And then these last couple of cards, it says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience, there are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So God is teaching them also that it's patience, something that you already know. Excuse me, you're not in a rush to do anything. You're just doing what you gotta do and allowing the chips to fall where they may, because you believe in yourself. So it's like, even if things don't work out the way that you thought it would, you just shift. You shift and you go again. You learn the lesson, you shift, and you keep it moving. So plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Then we have, take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So it's all about being fair. See, they weren't being fair to you because you didn't do anything to them, and they were messing with you. So their karma is to realize that when they are unfair, they ruin their life, not the life of the one that they're trying to victimize. Especially if the one that they're trying to victimize has done no wrong. God keeps them off of us. So the next card we have is unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So you see, if they can't bring themselves to be in the mind frame that you're in, then they're going to be consumed by their fears and they're going to fail again. Then we have follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do. Being compensated for your creative talent. So it's like they gotta put in that work if they want to get the results. But if they allow their fears to take root and overcome their faith in self, their belief in self, then there's no hope for them. So their their karma is to see that they are their biggest problem. Their karma is to see that their 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 unfairness and their lack of confidence is their issue. That's the reason why they're not winning. And no matter how much effort they put in to put you in the same category as their self, which is the loser category, it will never work because you're not a loser. You are not a loser. From within yourself, you are not a loser. You don't see yourself in that way. Even when you lose, instead of seeing it as an L, you see it as an opportunity to learn. So it's not losing, it's learning. You either win or you learn. Win or you learn. Win or you learn. Win or you learn. You dust yourself off, you pick yourself up, and you go again to achieve that W. Okay? And that's what their karma is. So their karma is to be schooled by you without being schooled by you. And you know, the fact that God has used you to teach them this lesson, if they are too full of pride, what's going to happen is they are going to ignore these lessons because they learned it from you. Because they already see you as nobody. They already convinced themselves that you're nothing. So now it's like, how could you who are nobody and nothing teach me something? And with that kind of mindset, they block their own blessings because they want to humble enough and truthful enough to themselves to admit, you got the formula. Self-sabotage. Which also is a them problem. Just keep doing what you're doing. As we move on, pile 3. I'm sorry. My nose is doing things. Pile 3, let's see. I have no control over the cards and how they arrange themselves. That's God. I'm just the instrument, okay? For whoever that is that's wondering. The arrangement of the cards is up to the divine. I'm just here to be the hands and the mouth to speak message and the brain to receive the understanding. I'm getting hungry now. I don't know what kind of person I am, you know. I do not do breakfast. Give me one moment. It's a it's a it's a natural habit, but it's kind of annoying. And I have always been like this. Had to learn some very harsh lessons about eating on time as well. And it looked like I still haven't learned those lessons. I can't help it though. I'm a natural faster. um, mm. And this is what following your intuition looks like. Following your vibe. For crying out loud. God is on a mad one right now. Hang on. My gloriousness. Or your gloriousness. Okay. So this is the main message. Okay. You're gonna have to keep my brain in check because I don't know what you're doing here. You're doing a lot. Sure, everybody watching this, they agree. Wow. I have a lot of enemies. Okay. This don't even surprise me. Be interesting to see how this message reads. Are you really gonna make me take the whole deck? There's a lot of karma. They have been quite naughty to me, haven't they? They have. And whoever else resonates with this deck. We actually are taking the whole freaking deck. Well, let's start where we know it begins, here. So, the karma for hurting you if you picked deck 3. The first thing we got is Lost Campus. Ooh, Lost Campus. So a campus is a school. So it's like their school of thought is way off. Whoever your haters are, just know that their school of thought, the way that their brain works, the way that they think, the philosophies that they choose to live by, that shit is so far off. They are not in touch with reality, which makes sense because the people that are messing with me, and I was drawn to this deck, these are people who think that they are God. Lost Campus. So they lost the plot completely. They believe that God doesn't exist. They believe that how to be a God is to be able to do what you want, when you want, to who you want, how you want, if you want, all of that. And there's no consequences for their actions. This is how these people think. So they are on a lost campus. Because you know life is a university. So the campus that they subscribe to is the one that has completely lost the plot. Why? Because they get to do what they want when they want, but they didn't expect that they'd have to pay for it. You see? Because these are the people who run society, so they think that who's going to check me? The police going to check me? No, I got friends in high places. I don't go to the police aren't going to do me anything. The courts aren't going to do me anything. Who you going to tell for what I'm doing to you? You have no help. I'm going to turn your family against you and your friends against you. Your family and friends aren't even going to want to help you. Your clients aren't going to want to respect you because we have all the power. This is how these people think. And that's why we got the whole fucking deck. And it's a whole lot of them. So if you feel drawn to this deck as well, you just know that you are one like me. Yeah. You got enemies of the highest order. Oh no, you got enemies of the highest disorder. Lost Campus. Moving on. So it says Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. So their karma is to get their ass back to integrity. Their karma is to remember or recognize that this is not fucking that. Life is not what you thought. The rules that you applied to yourself or the rules that you chose to ignore for yourself, you are not supposed to ignore them. Moo. Who the fuck do you think you are? You don't know who you are. You need to get to know who you are. Because you think that you're God and you're not. So that's the first thing. Getting back to integrity. The fates. The fate that they created for themselves is a shitty one. Let's read on. Luck and right timing. It's the right time for them to get back to integrity because if they keep taking steps in this shitty direction that they're taking them with me, they're going to get even more fucked up. If they keep taking these steps in the same direction that they've been taking with you, they're going to get even more fucked up. So God is like, their karma is to realize that their fate is a fucked up one. And if they don't get back to integrity, they're really going to have to pay the price. Now is the right time to fix it. Reading on. Now is the right time to surrender. Luck and right timing, surrender. Because it's time to replenish. Because they're getting emptier and emptier and emptier. They're getting more and more messed up. They are losing more and more and more and more and more and more. The more that they mess with us, the more they lose. Time to replenish grace and generosity. So they need to find that kindness within themselves. They are not kind. They are not kind. They are not fair. They are not anything good to us that they have chosen to victimize. For no reason. Unjustly. Diving into a task. Refusal of the call. So their karma is to now be tasked with getting things right after their refusal of the call. So they tried to be a dream thief. They tried to change my destiny. They tried to change your destiny. They thought that they had power over how our lives would turn out because there's so many of them. They thought that they would surely conquer us. And God is like, who do you really think you are? I don't care how many of you there are. Who do you all really think you are? And why are you doing this to this person? Justify your actions for me. And they can't justify their actions. So now because they refused the call, which was to do what is right, they put themselves in so much problem. And God is like, y'all need to surrender right now. Because if y'all don't surrender to what is right now, y'all gonna get even more fucked up. Let's read on. Okay. So the mystery, first set of mystery cards. We got lay of the land. So the lay of the land, it says ancestral wisdom. They don't have any. They need to get some. Because like they're on the lost campus. They're the way that they think. Nobody told them that that's how life go. They made up their own rules. They made up their own rules because they are the ones in charge here of over the like the police and the hospitals and the dentist and the everything and everyone, and those who come under them, they know people in quote unquote high places, so they think that they could just do whatever the fuck they want, and they can't. That's why I like to sing the song, who's gonna run this town tonight? It's never fucking you. It's never been you. The earth is not the devil's playground. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness therein. Always. Always has been. It is now. And it will always be that way. Y'all want to talk shit to yourselves and believe the shit that you be telling yourselves. And now you're going to suffer for it. So they need to get some ancestral wisdom. Wisdom that came before them. Y'all just came on, y'all just born a couple of years ago and think that you can come here and change up the rules and make up your own fucking rules. Who the fuck are you? Ancestral wisdom. We got completion, closed door, and clarity and organization. So they need to get the ancestral wisdom so they can close the door of all of their closed doors. Life has been closing many doors on them. Their relationships with each other is fucked up. Their organization is fucked up. It's dwindling. Their numbers are dwindling because this is a worldwide organization. Their shit is fucked up. That's why I did the Secret Society, the New World Order reading the other day, to find out what's really going on and what's really going on with their plan. See, people like me and you, we interrupt those plans with our truths and our courage and our movement forward in spite of whatever is happening to us. We just keep pushing forward. We just keep pushing forward. And that just keep pushing them back. Because you see, most people are afraid of them because there are so many. And they have power over the whole of society. But they didn't know that God have power over all of that. And we come under God. We choose to put our faith in God rather than fear them. We don't give a fuck how much you have. We don't give a fuck about your guns. We don't care about your poisons. We don't care about your diseases, your biochemical, your bioweapons and your chemical weapons and your magic and your fake love and your intimidation and your racism. We don't care. We're still doing what we have been called to do. Because God is greater. And by us standing in our power, we get to show you motherfuckers that God is greater. And that's why there's so little of us and so many of you and you're still losing. Get a fucking clue. Ancestral wisdom. Or don't. It's your fucking life that's turned into shit. All the doors are closing on you and your stupid little organization about secret organization. I got secret organization. SOCS. Secret organization. Now, secret organized crime agency. Fuck y'all. So y'all need to get a fucking clue. Y'all have to get to understand. So their karma is that they need to get a fucking clue and really understand what life is all about and get that clarity and organization fast. Or else they gonna keep losing, not us. Moving on. So we got reconciliations, the wailing tree, new beginnings, and a bold step forward. So after they fucked up, they need to reconcile. So now their task is to be able to accept what they did wrong. And if they want to be in your life because they know that they were fucking with you for no reason in the first place, only because they thought that they were more than you and they could surely conquer you. That's what they thought. That's what their lost campus teachers taught them. Now, if they want to be in your life, they have to take a bold step forward. If they want to reconcile with you and have a new beginning with you, they have to take a bold step forward. If they want to reconcile with us and they want to have new beginnings with us, they're going to have to take a bold step forward. Fucking jerks. Next. Perfect storm. The courage to step into life. Do they have the courage to approach us? Do you think they have the courage to approach us after all the fuckery that they did to us? Because these are people who are part of our family. These are people who call themselves family and call themselves friends. They also help these people to do the nonsense that they did to us. These are people that we trusted. So the courage to step into life, the divine feminine, and choices and their consequences. So it's like if they want to be back in our life, their karma is being able to withstand everything that comes with that. Because first they have to look at us and face us after all the fuckery that they did to us. And they have to listen to us, talk to them about whatever. And if we feel like beating them up, they'll have to take that too. And if we feel like ignoring them, they're going to have to take that too. Do they have the courage to have their egos stepped on? If we so choose to deal with them like that. Because we have been hurt. So these people want to be back in our lives again, collective. And they don't know how to take the bold step forward. Do they have the courage? Let's read on. So now we got teachability, revelation, initiation, transpersonal, the watchers. So it's like, did you learn your lesson? Are you still at the last campus, or have you actually come to the right place? Teachability and revelation. Have they learned anything? And then initiation, beginning, the crossing back over into our lives, crossing back over onto the path of right. Have they learned anything? This is the bold step forward, is for them to cross back over onto the path that is right. And for right now, these motherfuckers are just watching. Transpersonal. They need to learn how to separate them. This is a major transformation for these people. It's a major humbling, and it's a major transformation for those who still want to be part of our story. Did they learn anything? Can they do it? Do they have the courage to take the steps necessary to humble their little stupid ass? Do they have the courage to humble their dumb ass and face what is true and real? They're watching. Let's read on. We got adaptability to the sacred contract. The real university, sacredness, respectability, rightness, fairness. Don't fuck around. Around and find out. So adaptability to what is sacred. We got group think and preparations come to fruition. We're supposed to be working together and rising above the fray. Rising above the fray is seeking our forgiveness. They need to understand what is true, what is real, what is right. They need to know how to treat us properly and rise above the fray. They're going to have to learn to forgive themselves. This is their karma. A whole major transformation of self. They have to learn to forgive themselves. They have to learn to ask for forgiveness. They have to learn that they are not God. They have to learn that there is something greater than their system, their police and their judges and their hospitals and their dentists and their schools. There's something greater. There's something they and the people that they know are not the ones who are in full control of the system. There's a system that is over the system. And the system over the system is God's system. God's system trumps their system. That's what they need to understand. And we are a part of God's system. So that's why they can't conquer us. Let's read on. So we got wandering between realms. So being in a state of confusion, wanting to be in your life and can't get to be in your life. They know what they did. They know what they have to face. They know it's going to be hard as fuck. They know it's going to be emotional as fuck. Wandering between realms, a lot. Overwhelm and plenty. Experiencing life as it comes and protecting the future. They know the shit is going to be hard. So their karma is to want to be back in your life and can't do so until they sort the shit out in their mind and fucking learn to treat us properly in a real life. They thought that we were smaller than them. They thought we were less powerful than them. Their karma is to come to the realization that they got this whole thing fucked up. Lost campus. They're not in university. They come from a school of thought that is pure illusion. They are delusional. They were never going to win against us. But they were too delusional to even see that. All for years they have been fighting. I don't know how your story go, but for years they've been fighting against me and losing, and these people still couldn't see that they were going the wrong way. They kept telling themselves that they will conquer me someday. It's since 2008. Now it's 2025. Almost 20 years of this shit. 20 years of losing. Almost 20 years of their life that they wasted. Had they been more supportive of me because I was kind to them and you were kind to them, had they been more supportive of us, how much more would we have managed to achieve together? Because you're not a greedy person, you're not a thoughtless person, you're a very compassionate, kind, helpful person. When somebody don't know something, you help to pull them up. You don't drag them down by making them feel like shit. You're not that type of person. They had no business fucking with us the way that they did. We are the best friend that they could ever find, the best lover, the best sister, the best brother, the best wife, the best child. And they treated us the absolute worst. They need to suffer for that. They're suffering for that. Because now they want to be back in our life. And they don't know how. So we got the ego sublimation. They need to put their ego in check. Intentionality. Curiosity. Because they're strangers now. Curiosity. They're strangers. They don't want to be strangers. They want to have confidence in their magic. It says magicians showed confidence in your magic. So they want to be back in our life. So in order to be back in our life, they have to kill their fucking ego. They have to put their ego in check. They have to become a new person. A better version of themselves to be in your presence. To be in our presence. We don't do shit. Y'all are shit. You're not in our class. And you can't sit with us. I just had to say that for the people them who was telling me that I was not in them class. About I'm not in your class. You're fucking right. I'm not in your class. I'm in classes above you. Always was. Learn that. About you want to come back into my life. Are you worthy? You're not worthy. Fix it up. Fool. Next. So we got treasures hidden in the shadows. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Fuck off. You didn't care how I was feeling while you were fucking with me and I never did anything bad to you. I don't give a fuck how you feel about how I'm talking to you. So if your feelings are hurt because I'm fucking talking to you the way you deserve for me to talk to you, I don't give a fuck. Fuck off. Grow the fuck up. And treat me the way I deserve. Treat the collective the way that we deserve. Don't fucking come try shortchange us. Because we gave you a whole lot of love and kindness and time and energy and devotion that you didn't deserve. You know, fuck how I'm talking to you. How I'm talking to you is how you deserve for me to talk to you. See? So treasures hidden in the shadows. The universe is your partner. Right use of power and moving out of stagnation. So these people need us, collective. If they can't find their way back to integrity, to treating us right, forgiving themselves, asking our forgiveness, if they can't find themselves to make what they did to us right or to settle us, they're going to be forever stagnated. They need us to move forward in life. Ain't that some shit? So if they're not humble enough to admit what they did wrong and make it right, they will forever be stuck. It says treasures hidden in the shadows. The shadows are those realms that they don't want to enter into. Those realms being coming back into our life again, even approaching us, because they know they deserve some thump and some kick. They deserve to get the bitch version of us. They deserve to get the beast version of us. They deserve to get the monster version of us. That's what they deserve, and they know this. So, in order to get the treasures, they have to be able to find the strength and the courage to enter the shadows. Treasure hidden in the shadows. So we are still good for them, but they have to come fucking correct. So treasure hidden in the shadows and the universe is our partner. Because we are already working with the universe. We, the collective, we are already tapped into the universe. So we are tapped into the abundance of the universe. And that's why they can't conquer us, because we're already tapped in. They're not tapped in. So their creativity is dead. Their movement forward is dead. That, like, yeah, because they're not using their power right. So when they find the courage to approach us and find the treasures hidden in the shadows, because we're already connected to the universe and we have the right use of we use our power correctly, we can move out of stagnation. But if they can't tap into the treasures hidden in the shadows, which is us and our love, our forgiveness, and our acceptance of them in our world, if they can't fucking activate that within us, then they won't be moving out of stagnation. We hold the key to their fate right now. Well, we by extension, they hold the key by finding the courage within themselves to admit what they did wrong and make it right. So they hold the key, but then there's a second level of security that they have to go through, which is our acceptance. They have to do it right. And I dare them be fake. Try it. Try coming in with some fake apology, weasel your way back into my life, and hurt me the way that you did in the past, and see, I will finish you. Because by then you deserve to get done. Because I haven't done anything bad to you to deserve you fucking hurting me over and 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 over. I will finish you. So if you don't plan on doing collective right, we suggest that you stay away, because you're going to find out why we are called the Beauty and the Beast Collective. We have been beauty up until now. That's why you thought that we were conquerable. We are not. Next, we got lost in space, needing direction, opportunity, inspiration, movement toward adventure. So their karma continued. Is that they need direction, they're lost in space. Because they have no inspiration. You are their inspiration. We are their inspiration. Their life is dreary without us. Seriously. Whether it's family, friends, lovers, clients, whatever, they all of them, their life sucks right now without us. Largely because of how bad they treated us. And they know. They know they treated us very horribly. And what makes this thing even worse for them is that they even tried to kill us. That's how hard they went in wronging us. They tried to finish us. How do you ask somebody that you tried to kill for their forgiveness? How do you allow yourself to believe within yourself that this person will even want to have you in their life? What does something like that do to the possible trust that should exist between you? It's bad. It's a very bad situation. So they're lost in space, needing direction. It's like they're crying out to God, like, what should we do? What should I do? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? I need an opportunity, Lord. Show me when to go. Show me what to do. Inspiration and movement towards adventure. Show me what to do. I'll do whatever you say, Most High. Moving on. Resourcefulness, the authentic mask, or the authentic self, sorry. The authentic mask. Well, yeah, the authentic mask. So we don't want your fake mask. We want the real one. You know, in Chinese tradition, I've seen some movies where in Chinese tradition, you know, when somebody wrongs someone, these people would present themselves. And you know Chinese people love swords and all these things. When they're truly sorry, they would present themselves with their apology. And the person would have their sword, the one that they've wronged, or the leader of the family or whatever would have the sword. And they would present themselves, get down on their knees and present themselves. So it's up to that person if they want to take their head off or not. It's up to that person, that leader, if they want to take their head off or not. Don't take our kindness for weakness. Because if we choose not to take your head off with our sword that time, and at any point in the future you feel like, okay, now is the opportune time to take us down, because a little piece of you inside of you always still wanted to take us down, we will finish you at that point. You will not win. You've been warned. So, resourcefulness, authentic self, repairing the mind, body, and spirit, and resonating. So this is how to get back into our world. They need to be resourceful, first of all, meaning that you need to be making sense in our life. You can't come into our life and be a leash or leech. You don't come into our life and be no bumbleclap vampire. You have to be contributing to our life. We have to see what makes you indisposable in our life. First of all, you have to be resourceful. Second of all, you have to be your authentic self. So God is giving them the answer here now. You have to be your authentic self. We want your real mask. We want to see your real bomberclad face. We want to see your real heart. We want to see your real intentions for us. And repair the mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, you need to heal. You need to heal from whatever the fuck put you on this stupid path to try and hurt us in the first place, so that we can resonate with each other. Because we collective are healed. In spite of we the one that been victimized, we are already healed. We have already forgiven you, but we have not forgotten. And you have made it very hard to trust you. So dear karma, is a whole life transformation from the inside out. These people have to become new human beings. They have to become a version of their self that they probably never knew they could be. They have to tap into their God energy. And that's another thing. If they were the type to fucking talk shit about God for years and years and years, it's like, oh, they got so much begging for forgiveness to do. The good thing is, God has already forgiven you. And God's forgiveness is nicer than our own. You're safe with God. Dealing with God is going to be easy. Dealing with us is going to be very tricky. Because if you do something that look like, you have damaged the trust between us immensely. And you can't blame us if you do something that look like you have bad intentions when you actually didn't. But we think you have bad intentions. You can't blame us because you're already fucked up. So you're going to have to leave a lot of room for us to misread you. Until we feel safe with you again. If you apologize tomorrow and we decide we don't want to deal with you, you need to leave us alone so that we can come to terms with forgiving you. In 3D. Because we forgiven you in spirit. But in a real life, that's a complete different story. That beckons a different approach to our reconciliation. Because I don't know how I'm going to go somewhere and eat with you and not think that you want to poison me again. So their karma, in a nutshell, is a full transformation. Spirit, mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and spirit transformation. As the card said, repairing of the mind, body, and spirit. That's their karma. They need to heal. Let's check the next one. So we got rest and renewal, transmuting the pain, forgiveness, and radical acceptance. You hear that? Radical acceptance. It's fucking hard. It's gonna be hard to trust somebody who did the type of shit that they did to us. It's not gonna be easy, collective. And to all our enemies who did this shit that want to become our friends again, just know it's not going to be easy. You have made it very uncomfortable. And you're gonna have to allow us the space to not trust you for as long as we feel like we can't trust you. You cannot rush us to be your friend again. You cannot be angry at us if we're not, if we haven't managed to accomplish whatever level of friendship or acceptance you think we should have accomplished by X amount of time. You can't fucking do that. You fucked it all the way up, fucking fix it. It took 20 years to fuck it up. Allow 20 years to fucking fix it. If we decide we want you back in our life. That's for those of you who we will accept. Let's read on. So we got connectivity, meditation and stillness, beginner's mind, spiritual narcolepsy. Connectivity, meditation and stillness, beginner's mind. And spiritual narcolepsy. This is saying exactly what I just said. If we connect again, for us to have the type of peace, meditation and stillness, we're going to have a beginner's mind. And don't be surprised if we still see you as the falling angel that you presented yourself to be. You already fucked up. You're going to have to give us time to not trust you until we learn to trust you or feel comfortable enough to trust you completely again. You presented yourself in a horrible light. And it is our responsibility to protect ourselves, because there was a time when we thought that you would protect us, and then we realized, damn, we need to be protected from you. So now we have assumed all authority over our own protection, even from you. Moving on. So we got compassion, the divine matrix, gestation period, and possibility for union. These two last decks are saying exactly what I said at the end of that one, where you can't tell us how soon we should be forgiving or how soon we should be comfortable with you again. You don't get to decide that for us. So compassion and the divine matrix. So the best thing you can do is have compassion. The best thing you could do is be cool. The best thing you could do is accept when we say we need space from you, gestation period, like leave us alone, because I'm not sure if I can trust you right now. And that's even if we reconnected and we're going cool for like 10 years and then something happened and you cause us to question your loyalty again. If I say back the fuck up, you need to back up. Don't have no rebuttal. Just leave. Because we remember where we're coming from with you, and before we take you out, if we say leave, you need to leave. If we say stop, you need to stop. If you care about our relationship, if you care about this possibility for union, whether it's mother, sister, father, auntie, brother, cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, children, you need to listen to us if we feel uncomfortable at any point of our reconciliation or at any point after our reconciliation, and we ask you to stop or leave or whatever. You need to listen to us because we feel in danger. We feel your loyalty is questionable again. So if we're reading you wrong and we ask you to leave, don't even try to fight against our request for you to leave. Just leave and give us time to calm down and settle down. Leave. Because we're not sure if we can trust you. We are trying to trust you. So if you give us cause to feel like we shouldn't be trusting you at this time and we ask you to leave, there's no reason for you to try and force yourself to stay. Leave. Because if we feel like we're in danger, you automatically becomes in danger. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you? You fucked up very bad. And if we choose to allow you back into our life, it's not because we know that you can be trusted. It's because we want you in our life and we're hoping that you can be trusted this time. We're hoping. We don't have no certainty. So you can help our certainty by, if we tell you leave, just leave. We will call you when we've calmed down. And we can try again. But you created this environment. Remember that and accept that. And be patient with the healing because of that. You made it this way. Next one, and then we got one more. Good God. I'm going to stop this video after this one because we got two more. I'm going to come back later and do the other two. Okay? Because this is long. 1 hour and 39 minutes. So, the next set of cards, it says obstacles, herald of change, the disowned self, the power of community, and a balancing act. All these three set of cards are saying the same thing that I'm saying. If we tell you to leave, leave. It's a balancing act. Because of the obstacles that you put in our relationship, whether it's family, friend, client, or whatever, it heralded a change between us. It brought in a change. We don't see you the same. You disowned us, we disowned you. And if we want to become a community again, it's going to call for a balancing act. You're going to have to know when to ease up and when to push forward. That's why you need to ask the universe to be your partner. You need professional help in how to heal this with us. Only God can help you. So if you're one of them people who don't believe in God, you need to start to try God. You need to start to test God and let God reveal itself to you. If you really care about being in our life again. If you really care about moving out of stagnation again. Because I'm pretty sure you don't know anybody else who is as kind as we are. Anybody else who is as understanding, as friendly, as supportive, as patient, as compassionate, as forgiving. Somebody who would help you or watch you grow and actually help you to grow. Even with your flaws, even with your imperfections, even after this shit. There's not many people that you know that would be forgiving or willing to even consider forgiving you and healing the relationship with you after you did this shit. We are not normal. The collective, we are not normal. And this is why you don't want to let us go, even after your heart took that horrible journey to be one of our biggest enemies. You know better. Your heart knows better and you can't deny it. We are not who you were telling yourself we are. To fuel yourself up to do the evil that you did to us. You know that we are not that person. And that's why there's still a part of you that still want to be a part of our story. You still want to be a part of us. Because we are not who you told yourself you are. We're not who people told you we are. The fuel that was fueling you to treat us like shit, it was false. It was delusional. It was an illusion. And you know this. And there are some of you that we still want in our life, but it's going to be hard. There are some of you who wronged us that we would still accept in our life, but it's not going to be easy to heal this. So their karma, let's get the last one. Limitless possibility. It's like whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you want to be friends again, we can make that happen. That's what God is saying. Stars in the sky. If you want to heal this relationship again, it can happen. But it's going to take effort. It's going to take time. And it's going to take proper communication. It's going to take listening to ourselves and listening to each other. It's going to take a healed you and a healed me for us to be in each other's lives again. And that takes time. So in essence, collective, their karma is to now want to be back in our lives. And they don't know how to get in. They don't know how it's going to go, even if they get in. They know it's not going to be easy. And it's going to call for them to change themselves. It calls for a major transformation where they need to put on their right self to be able to sit at our table. They need to upgrade their class of a human being. They need to get in touch with their God self. So all the time when they were laughing at us talking about God this and God that, now they're going to be talking about God this and God that. Because only God can fucking fix this. Only God can bring us back together, I'm telling you. So you better start apologizing to God right now. Even though you know that God will forgive you. Do the right thing. Do the respectable thing and apologize. Start with God. So that God will help you to fix it with us. That's how that works. But if you want this relationship, it can happen. So their karma is to go through the trauma of healing so that they can heal with us. That's their karma. God actually used the whole deck to tell this story. My goodness. Anywho, we're going to pause it right there. So those of you who chose deck 4 and deck 5, we're going to come back and finish it. So I'm gonna amend the caption on this and say decks 1, 2, and 3, and then we're gonna do the next one and put deck 4 and 5. Chatterbox signing out.